Look, what's up, everybody? This is Carmine Davis, and you are. Who am I right now? And what is this? Okay. Okay, look. What's up, everybody? This is Carmine Davis, and you are watching and listening to The Carmine Davis Show. Okay, so I'm dropping this, late as hell during the week because if you didn't know that there was an election this week, and it's been a mess. Before I get into that, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. Make sure you guys follow us, subscribe, rate, and review this Oh, I already said that. See, I'm a mess. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our social, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis, oh my God, I don't even want to say it, Twitter.com/Carmine Davis. And let's get into the show. Okay, I'm a mess because I know we were cheated. I'm just going to put that out there. If you came to hear something different, I'm so sorry. I know we were cheated. And we're going to figure out how we were cheated. I believe in it. I know it. When I watched Kamala's speech, I just don't buy it. I watched the numbers roll in, and even the way the numbers rolled in, it just did not make any sense. And I will get into my theories. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think even the Trump supporters, I live in fucking Forsyth County, okay? I thought that I would hear jumping cheers or whatever. Trump supporters, I don't know, what do Trump supporters do when they're happy? Because they're not happy. Like, how can you be a Trump supporter and be actual, like, a happy person? Like, there's no way that you could be a joyous, happy person. You have got to be mentally ill. You have to know no joy. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be in a sunken place to be a Trump supporter. That's just literally the rules. Like, name a Trump supporter that you have seen anywhere, cackling, you know what I mean? Enjoying life. I know who you do see cackling all the damn time. And they can't stand her for it. But, okay, the show has to go on. But I want to just keep it real. I want to just talk freely about what's going on. So I'm not doing a sponsor or anything like that. This show is coming at y'all raw, okay? Like, I'm coming up, and this is the show. We're kind of kicking it old school, and I was just audio only, where I'm just popping my shit, okay? But I'm just going to talk, okay? So if you came here for the hot topics, this election and everything that's around it is the hot topic, okay? We're getting straight political, but also know that this show, Gentle Brag, is around the world. So, and actually bigger in other countries, which should not now make so much sense because Americans just cannot catch the drift, right? We have a real problem with just not catching the drift. We kind of missed it, okay? We're just missing it, and this election showed it. Okay, so I don't want us to be downtrodden. I think that Kamala, I still believe in Kamala. I believe in what she stands for. But I also, like I spoke previously and spoke candidly about, she reminds me so much of me. And bitches like me, we don't go down without a fight. We just make it look like we're going down without a fight, okay? We're playing by the rules. We got a job to do, okay? Like, we're keeping it cute. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make it seem like everything is gravy. But I knew when she didn't come out and face HU that night to kind of give her speech like as if she lost, she didn't think she lost. I know this. I've seen enough episodes of Scandal to know that they had already known what this nigga was up to, and they had been watching it, putting all the shit together. Okay, that's what's up. They were up all night long playing chess with this motherfucker. Nobody in their right. So here's my thought process about it. We know, these are things that we know for absolute fact about Trump, right? He is a liar. He's a cheat. And he would do anything to protect his neck, right? Anything, including stealing an election. He already thought the election was stolen from him. So what would he have to lose to not steal this election? It's about proving it. And I think we can all agree it's about how we're proving it. And if you don't think that they are being smart about how they're proving it by making it seem like everything is gravy, the worst thing that they could do is come out and demand openly a recount. The worst thing they can do is scream and suspect, or like they suspect foul play. Because once a nigga who is up to something like Eric, we're betting on his arrogance. He's even gone static quiet because there's something going on. No, but again, faith in Kamala, and then I think what she ran, and then even Joe. I think that there's a lot more going on. I think she's leaning on Joe. They know how this nigga gets down. They probably know better than we would ever imagine what this man is capable of. And if they really did steal the election in 2020, they know what it looks like. You get what I'm saying? So I think that there's a lot going on under the table. There's a reason why this nigga's not walking out with his dick slinging outside of Mar-a-Lago, like whatever, like he's not, grabbing women by the pussy randomly. I think something's going on. I feel like a lot of people feel that way. And I think we need to hold on to it. As African Americans, as Black people, we're very intuitive. It's our survival skill. This is how we've learned to survive. That's how we are going to survive if this presidency goes through with Donald Trump. This is how we're going to survive this presidency, right? There's an innate, for the majority of us, we come with a certain amount of, we can't put our finger on it, but when we do, we're going to know what it is. And that's what all of us as Black people, especially from Black women, when you're raised by Black women, I think a lot of us have that in us. And when you do, I think all of us can agree that something is not right with this election. But we'll get into that, and we're going to be watching. So I want to kind of talk about the levity of what Black Twitter has brought me during this thing. This was really dark for me. I haven't drank on camera since last season, but this has been a really long season. So I would say it's been at least 50 fucking episodes where I have not drank on camera or drank before or after a show. Like, I'm kind of low-key sobering this thing up. But bitch, you can see this glass of wine. I feel like I've been sipping on this glass of wine since Tuesday because I just have not. I've been getting up, washing my ass, and getting right back into the TV and watching and keeping my eyes on everything. And I also have been keeping my eyes on my Twitter. And I'm waiting for the other shooter to drop, right? But in the process, I want to go by and read some of the best tweets that I have gotten postmortem of this election. Okay, so let's look at it. Hold on. Now, not all of these are postmortem or of the election. Some of these, I've been screenshotting some of the funniest shit. And I want to thank y'all personally. If your tweet goes up, thank you for bringing a sense of levity over the situation and during this time. Because one thing about us Black people, we're going to laugh. We're going to laugh. We're going to make fun of something. We're going to, we're going to talk about the elephant, the pink elephant in the room. We are going to tell it like it is, and we're going to laugh. Okay, so the aunties on Facebook, we speak Jesus over this nation. Girl, go vote. I don't want to hear about lines being too long to vote today. If you can stand in line at Steamworks during market days, you can stand in line to save our democracy. Period. Okay. Sadly, we all didn't do it, apparently, allegedly. This is from Threads. I'm not willing to lose friends over politics. I am. Okay. 1,000%. Okay. 100. And don't forget it. 120%. Bitch, we are not friends if you voted for Trump. Get that? One thing I want to say, and I probably cannot say it in my day-to-day. Sadly, I'm in Forsyth County in Georgia. So I can't really be upset about it. But just know, bitch, I don't fuck with you, okay? Kim Cattrall has voted for Kamala Harris. Bad bitches link up. Okay, y'all voted for Trump because of his economic policy, but y'all don't even make enough to qualify for the tax cuts. Broke and dumb. And we're going to get into that later. Okay, I want to discuss that. Niggas got no health care, no credit, no nothing but voting red. Like, nigga, what? Like, for real. Okay. The black lady at my job said she's a Trump supporter because of what he can do for her financially and career wise. I'm just a loss for words because we're both teachers. So what the fuck are you really talking about? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Okay, so I want to talk about that mostly because what the fuck are y'all really talking about? Like, leave a comment below. Explain to me with your broke ass. Like, really, for real, like, honestly, if you make less than $80,000 a year, what the fuck is Trump? And anything that he's ever said, what does he, and majority of y'all do. Not most, this is a program for bad bitches, so I understand that this might not connect. But for you incels who watch everything that I do, who hate to see a black and gay and proud bitch on your tube making a living doing a damn thing, this question is for you. This is a perfect chance for you guys to comment, and you guys know I will comment back. Okay, what does Trump have to do with you, for real, with your broke dumb ass? Like, let's be for real. Like, this is a open dialogue. Like, what the fuck can he, like, make it make sense? Y'all have never been able to make it make sense. Like, what is the platform that made y'all go vote red, other than your mama telling you to go vote red? Wait, I got more. I got more. Wait. I should have voted. I should have worked the polls. I would have stuck so many ballots up my ass for real. Okay. um, Black Americans come to the UK. Oh, Black Americans come to London, please. Your time there is up, and we need to diversify the dating pool here. And what we gonna eat? Low key, millennials haven't seen a normal day since 9/11. Listen, they had us in front of them TVs and had no idea that this was just, nobody could have told us that we were just not going to have see another normal day ever. And we have not. We have not. Things have just been wild and hectic and weird every day since 2001. My girl Jasmine Crockett, and good news, Jasmine Crockett has been reelected to represent Texas' 30th Congressional District in the U.S. House. Now, that's the beach blonde, butch, bad-bodied queen who told it like it is, and she still tells it like it is. If you get a chance, read Jasmine Crockett. Watch YouTube Jasmine Crockett. That's one of the things I do in my spare time. I love to watch black women, intelligent black women slay. You know, that's one of the things I do. Okay. Um, okay, but we're moving on for real. Okay, so gay men have started to expose straight men that they are on the down low with for voting for Donald Trump instead of Kamala Harris on Twitter X. Now, this this is a sensitive topic for me, okay? Because unfortunately, I have kept romantic company and found out that they were Trump supporters. There is probably out of the men like who I've been around and I have probably been a little bit romantically cliquey with, I would say a handful of them I know voted for Trump. And I wanted to say that they were all black or Hispanic, I think, and then there's probably been like two that were white, right? And then they were all fine. So the weird part about this whole concept about Trump supporters is that I think the large majority of them are ugly. Like, they are. Like, a Trump supporter, I won't say ugly. I don't like to call people ugly, okay? Let me take a sip of my wine. Maybe I'll find what I really want to say. Trump supporters as a whole have a look. They have a look, is what I would say. But then there are those Trump supporters that are like the Christian, fine, the one with the boys that have the Bible verse in their bio, like their bio. Like any boy to me that has a Bible verse in his bio is a red flag. He just is. Like to me, especially if his picture is shirtless, these are all the red flags to me, and that makes up attractive Trump supporter, right? They have a Bible verse in their bio. Their picture is shirtless. Their pin photo is a fitness shirt, or they're into fitness. There's some kind of running, like them running some video pins on their profile. They have thousands of followers, right? And they always are in the gym or somewhere hanging their dick print out, right? They all have a certain kind of thing, and they're really into fitness, but then they're doing these fit videos with their dick print out, reading Bible verses. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's those Trump supporters, and who are sitting up there talking about a woman's place and how they want to start treating women and all those things. And they're also in my inbox talking about how they want to eat my cooter cat from the back and want to undress my Matrix Halloween costume. They're the ones who I'm sneaking and making out with in club bathrooms, and I am so ashamed. I am so ashamed. And if I had the time and if I had the energy to expose them, I would. I don't like to expose DL men. I think that there is a sexuality, there's a spectrum, and I think I didn't feel like I had that robbed from me, the timeline and all those things to come out, or to have my story like of coming out. Like I didn't have it robbed from me. I didn't have it like hijacked. I came out and did what I wanted to do on my own time, and that's why I feel like it's so authentic to me. So I would never want that for someone else. Thus why I won't expose the DL niggas in my phone, or the DL niggas who have stomped through this motherfucking house. You know what I mean? Like I then want to holler that they're voting for Trump. But here's the tea though. The reason why I won't. One is because most of them have just ate me out or sucked my dick, so there's not much of a story there, right? The real niggas that I have been with and that I have had relationships with, that I have the DL men, quote unquote DL. I don't think that they're DL. Sidebar, I don't really believe in DL as a whole. Like I understand that there are DL men who think that that's a great thing, but I think those are just gay niggas who are perpetuating a DL, that DL kink that we have as gay people, which is sad, and I want us to just kind of get out of that. And then there are down low men who are literally fucking women during the day. They have a baby, they have kids, they have a lifestyle, they're at work. People think that they are married. Their aunties think that they're with men, or this wife, they've been with this woman for a long time. They have property with these women, and then they are sneaking around with men, getting their dicks sucked in the garages, right? I completely think all of them are just gay. Because I think what time has changed, there are women out here who I know who are fucking men that they know are gay, right? And then there are people out here who are still oblivious to their man being DL, or they're just denying themselves that. So to me, I think that outing people is lame to a certain extent, but this is an extreme situation, right? And I think it's an act of protest. And long story short, I'm for it, right? But I won't be participating in it so far. But I mean, make my day, nigga. Like, try me. There's this one white boy who I did want to out so badly, but he has always been an avid Trump supporter since I've known him. And I knew it. It's kind of like his moniker. But I always kind of knew. And I think he's just a dumb white boy. To a certain extent, I don't have time. I don't care. I think I'm also getting fucked on and loved on and get my titties sucked by real ass niggas who voted for Kamala. They support bad bitches. They support a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't have any real concern about a whack ass nigga. I just don't think about it enough to even give it that much of attention. You get what I'm saying? Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. And shout out to the girls that are doing it. I'm not judging this. I just can't do it because I don't give a fuck about them niggas. I just don't. They're not and then they're not going to. They've missed the chance to swim in the lake of Carmine Davis. Like they'll never get a taste of this pussy ever again. Them Trump supporting bitches. Like I think I see a lot of women choosing to abstain from sexual contact or any kind of contact with the opposite sex. I feel like we should do the same thing with these DL Trump supporting ass niggas. Even the gay Trump supporting ass niggas. Like there was a bunch of them. Let's just be real. Just not the DL ones. There was a lot of them that we are still fucking, that we still follow. And it's gut wrenching. It is. Like, but I mean, why out them for doing something that we are doing? Do you get what I'm saying? Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. I get it, but I'm not participating in it so far. But don't test me. Right now, I'm in a good place, a semi-good place. I'm heartbroken. I'm depressed. Sad, downtrodden. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Leave a comment below. We're going on to the next topic. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I don't do it for my health. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis. X.com/Carmine Davis. Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. And we're going to go on again, letting Twitter run the show. Okay. I want to talk about something, and this is just another tangent. Okay, I want to discuss something, and this is a tweet, and it says, which demographic are you most disgusted with after this election? I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours in the comments, okay? And so here we are. Okay, I want to just go by the charts, and this is what's just been coming, like I said, on my news feed. I want to just talk about it. We have talked about the Kamala Harris. Okay, votes by demographic. Okay. Now let's look at this and fixate, okay? Now, I want to first go by men and women, right? So the age by gender, men 18 to 29 was 49% blue, while the men were 47% red this year. So 18 to 29, that's my demographic if anybody asks. Men 30 to 45, 45% voted blue, 51% voted red. Now you can see, I'm going to put it over here. The older they are, the more they voted for Donald Trump. So women, 18 to 29, 63% of the women voted for Kamala this year, or voted blue down the line, while 36% voted red. 30 to 44% voted, 30 to 44 voted, 50% women voted for Kamala, and 41% voted red. And as you see here, mostly women voted for Kamala down the line as well. But these margins are not what they should be in the least bit, okay? So the fact that 56% of women, 30 to 40, y'all's grown asses, bitches, knowing that y'all gonna be having to put a wire hanger in your coochie in the next 6 months to get rid of this nigga's baby. And knowing this full well, less than half of you guys still voted for the pussy grabber is scary. Now, Men, we're going to talk about that, the men's demographic. I want to go down by race. Okay, race. White, 41% voted for Kamala, while 57% of white people voted for Donald Trump. 85% voted for Harris. Of black people, what's up? We did our big one. Um, 52% voted for Hispanics, voted for Kamala Harris. 54% Asian, and other was 42% voted for Harris. So 54% of others voted for Trump. 46% of the Latino community voted for Donald Trump. Now, this is where I want to focus on. I see people going back and forth about arguing about who they're mad at. I think as African Americans, we have a right to be mad at everybody because we did our big one. We came and showed out. We had some hating ass niggas, no pun intended, who voted for Trump. You know what I mean? Like, we can't win them all. We can't get everybody on one page. We were all in formation for the most part, okay? Now, I want to talk about education, right? My big complaint is about education. Okay, college graduates, 55% voted for Kamala, while no college degree voted for, 56% of them voted for Trump. Now, I think there's a correlation there. Honestly, I think that there is a huge correlation there. I think the lack of education is what has caused people to vote for Donald Trump. Clearly, like the reality of it is a lack of education to even know to vote in your interest, not just voting for the quote unquote American dream. Now, or what we think that that is. Now, I want to talk about that, the idea of the American dream, and why I want to go back to what white people and Latinos, I've spoken about it multiple times about how I feel like they have a lot in common. And I think that it's that skewed idea of what the American dream is. Now, to be fair, white people have a reason to feel that this idea of the American dream is whiteness. Whiteness is rightness to the white people, like the white people, like the American dream, their idea. You look at their grandfather; he's racist. He's a bigot. He might have raped a few men and women in his lifetime, but he has been successful financially to a certain extent. He owns a few properties. He's retired early. That is the sign of a leader and someone who they deem as dependable. You know, your grandfather says these racist things at the kitchen table all the time that you might know better, but you still bet on him. You're not allowed to to contradict him. You're not allowed to say anything about him. You know, yes, as you get more into education, you go out into the world and you start rubbing elbows with more people who don't look like you. You start to realize what true leadership looks like. And that comes with education, and that comes with time and experience that only education can bring you, right? And then also the idea and the concept of being able to pay attention to the differences and understanding what true leadership is a form of education. So I think those are things that, and I always tell the girls, go to school, go to college, because it's not just about the books. It's also what you learn in the social settings about that will help you become a better leader and about leadership and get you out your own element. Okay, so here we are with the Latino vote, Hispanic and Latino vote. What do I want to say? That I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna let me do a glass of wine. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it like it is. Though okay, let me start this. The black women being the main supporters of Kamala Harris is, and them also being the most educated in the nation right now, is not a coincidence. So, the it's not a coincidence. I think that they do go hand in hand. Like I said, education played a huge part, and I think in people's voting choices, as it should, right? Um, Hispanic and Latino, we get our, well, they get their news as a majority, education is not the main idea and concept of what makes Hispanic and Latino as a whole. From what I gather, education is not the main focus. It's work. Work. Every Hispanic and Latino I know has 4 or 5 jobs, and they act like that makes them better than everybody because they're willing to work 4 or 5 jobs for a quarter. And they feel as though the closer they get to that white proximity and the idea of leadership, because they have that idea that this white people, they have that grandpa who retired and did all these things. If we can have that same thing, that is what a leader is. That's the sign of success. And if we can have our presidency ran by someone who looks like this man's uncle or grandfather, or this woman's grandfather, or this family, this white family's grandfather, this is who the people we lean to. When we go to get jobs, we know it's a good job as Latino Hispanic people because there are white people around us. They know that it's a good car dealership. They know that it's a good mall. They know it's a good area because there are white people who live there, who look like they have the concept of the American dream. As African Americans, we know what American dreams is. It's a little bit of both, right? You got to be smart to make it as an African American. You also have to work to a certain extent, but you also have to work smarter, not harder. You also have to work in your best interest. Listen to what people say. Watch what they do. Not always just listen to what people say. Watch what they do. Have your own sense of concept. Watch what people are doing. See what's going on. Street smarts. And it's something that we are taught from the cradle to the grave. At one point, okay, you have Asians who are more educated. They're also in tropes for, you see the Asian community all voted, 54% voted for Kamala because higher education. And I think as African Americans, we also have a sense of street smarts. We know a racist when we see one. We know a racist when we see one. We know one, and we don't have to deal with them. Latino, Hispanic, I don't think that they have that there yet. They don't know the difference between the person who's calling them out their name and calling them a racial slur opposed to the person who's also giving them the opportunity to come and work for 25 cents. And I also think that there's just a lot of dumb white people out there. It really are. Like, there's just a lot of them. They are in their trailer spreading misinformation on TikTok, and they are going around spreading misinformation about Kamala, and they just don't want to keep it real about the fact that they are not taking orders from a black woman. And Hispanics as well. Hispanics are as well. They can live 6 to a trailer, and they are looking down on me. And that's just the truth of uneducated white people and black people. And that is how this election, let's just keep it real, I'm not going to mince words, that's how this election came into play. Besides the cheating, I truly believe that that's how we made choices in that ballot, in that box. There are some people, and there are some people white women who stood up, but as a large majority of y'all, and as loud as y'all were, y'all didn't come in, and we know that. Y'all seen it, y'all didn't come and play with us for real. And that's where I'm at. Leave a comment below. I'm done with it. I don't think I'm done with fighting. I've spent weekends in calling, knocking on doors, donating time and going to rallies and doing all these things, right? I know I did my part. I know my people had done their part. And I feel exhausted with y'all, there is a sense of a gray cloud over us, but I believe in us. And that's it. I love you guys. Follow us on all of our socials, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. I love y'all.